Greetings, Legionists, Loyalists, Traitors, Xenials, and other sorts of entities of Warhammer 40k. This is Arndelft. Today, I'm just doing a bit of a model showcase. Normally, I would be showing you the actual video of most of these models. However, most of them aren't here. So I'm just showing photographs that I took of them as they were in development and whatnot. This is one that, as you can see, still in development, but it was one I was making for a friend. I've been customizing a lot of individual characters for lore and whatnot for myself, but I decided I wanted to make one for a XL Pudding. He has a character named Avery, who is the grandson of Sam Messiah, otherwise known as Samus. Decided to actually give Samus a full name. His nickname is Samus, but his actual name is Sam Messiah. We'll go over more of that in detail later. But this will be Avery. I gave him just Space Marine legs that I carved off of a regular piece. And then, what do you call it? The Space Wolf sprue that you can buy for about 13 to 14 bucks. I gave him the pelt off of the back of it. Here, as you can see that a little bit better. That's actually a Space Wolf pelt, but I figured, still looks pretty chaosy. And then in the front, he's got the pistol to one side and that kind of robed look. So it matches Avery's scheme rather well. What XL Pudding will do with him to customize him further, whether give him a helmet or a head, since XL Pudding's fine with just having bare heads, I don't know, but currently doesn't have a backpack for him, so he's going to remain incomplete for a while. But anyways, that is going to be Avery. Alright, next up is an Ultramarine captain I decided to make, and I do actually have that completed model here. I'll just show you some photos of him before and during completion. This was everything that was going to go into him, since I made him out of a basic model Space Marine that come with those little $10 sprues. What do you call it? The backpack can be just fitted to him without needing to be glued. I'm thinking about magnetizing a jump pack so that he can switch between backpack and jump pack depending on how I want to deploy him. But that's still just a thought process. Okay, this is him a little more completed, just a credit flash on my phone. Doesn't exactly pick him up all that well. I'll actually show you him on camera here in a moment. But next up, we have Gilliman, who I recently purchased. And what I've been doing with his base. I decided I wanted to do something a little different with his base. I didn't want it to be normal, regular. This is pre-glue. This is before I glued everything into place, so they're just kind of loosely fitting there. They look a little bit different now. I'll have to get you a actual video of him as soon as I can, so I can show you how he looks subtly different now. But I wanted it to be, instead of him on the eagle's head, standing on that, just standing on the side of the, I guess the ghost barge. Yeah, I think it's the ghost barge. One of the little side panels on the front of the ghost barge, I cut that off, and he's going to be standing on that, and then a dead Necron trying to crawl out from underneath it, while its arms have mostly been chopped off, and then this one here already scythed into pieces. And I did come up with a piece of lore about an ancient piece of tech called a Lokva. That's not its full name, but Lochthanar is the one who found the blueprints for it in a warp-swallowed space hulk that rarely emerged into the material realm and mostly just stayed in the warp. And he made his way onto this and found the blueprints for this particular device that stops Necron phasing to a point. Fully functional Necrons can still phase in and out of existence. The device doesn't stop that, but for the dead ones, it does inhibit their ability to be phased back. And Lochthanar was near Gilman during this particular snapshot, which is my backup lore for why these Necron warriors haven't been phased out. But yeah, that is them. And I have honestly been having a lot of fun customizing this and making it look the way that it is, and I plan on doing more in the future. I just wish I was good at painting. I really do. It would really add to my customization. No small amount if I could paint these. but I either have to eventually pay someone to paint them, or hope XL Pudding will finally take some pity on me and actually get to painting, a little bit of my models, because he's painted like maybe 4 of my models, like Chaplain Carr, Mute, maybe a couple of others. But for the most part, he barely paints his own models, even though he's really good at it. It's kind of surprising just how good he is. But, which is no insult to him, it's just, he started off good. I've started off terrible. But yeah, I digress. In any case, moving on, here we have, on the left is a model I've already shown you in the past. I'm featuring him because he has a Knight's faceplate for a shield. The one in the middle is the Ultramarine captain, already assembled with his Knight's faceplate shield as his storm shield. And the guy on the right is just a sergeant equivalently that I created. He has a combi melta there. I'll show him a little bit closer. The camera's a little bit grainy right now. I'm not sure why. But, yeah. Okay, we'll just... Okay, let's see if we can get that camera to properly focus. There we go. As you can actually see, that is indeed a combi melta, and I just put it together using scraps, building things, altering things, just making them, and I had a lot of fun constructing this guy. I do have one other who has a combi grav, who has also a similar build and helmet, except his helmet is pointing the other direction. Oh, in any case, alright, now the Ultramarine captain. Alright, so I have actually finished construction on this guy. He is done. This is the completed product, unless at some point I decide to tear him apart and magnetize his arms. However, he does have on him a combi grav, and it's magnetized, so I can remove it, that you can see right there. And like with the sergeants, it was built from scrap, and I've got it magnetized to his leg there. Let's see if I can move it around just a little bit. Yeah. And that magnet's actually stronger than I thought it was. I thought it would have popped off with that much effort. Okay, but that is his combi grav. It's stuck on there pretty good. I tend to strip down this bolter a little bit. It came off of a Marine who wasn't fully constructed properly with it on him. And ironically, I think that was one of the Marines I ended up turning into a Grey Knight after I removed the bolter from him. And I featured those in an earlier video. But he has a regulation backpack on him. It's just fitted, not glued. I'm either going to customize the backpack to actually be fit an Ultramarine captain, or I'm going to wait around until I can get a backpack that is worthy of one. But I have like an Ultramarine symbol that I think I'm going to put on that backpack. I'll scrape off the skull that's currently on there, and I've got an Ultramarine symbol with a skull in the middle that could perfectly replace it with just a little bit of work. So I think I'm going to be doing that. But besides that, what other things do you think would truly befit an Ultramarine captain? I mean, this is the first Ultramarine I've ever constructed. I mean, as you can see from the heraldry on his shoulder pauldron, that's what he is. He is an Ultramarine, and I've never specifically constructed any model to be that up to this point. But honestly, I've had a lot of fun with this guy. I intend to actually create possibly a Dark Angels captain. I actually already have 2 of those that came in the Dark Vengeance set, and they look absolutely awesome. But I just recently bought one of the Dark Angels sprues, so I want to maybe fiddle around with creating my own custom captain, and if I do, I'll likely end up magnetizing his leg with a combi weapon as well, because I do have a combi plasma as well, but the Dark Vengeance captains also came with combi plasmas, so yeah, whatever. Right now, I'm just having fun altering guys, changing them up, and yeah, I mean, this guy was originally just a regular one of these, basically. I tore this guy's regular head off and replaced it with this older, I believe, Mark III, because I love the way those helmets look, how they're so pointed in front. Not the beak nose. I don't like the beak nose. But they have that point in front and then the flat sides, very angular. And I think that that kind of design would be better at deflecting bolter rounds away from the head if they were to strike that. So it could possibly deflect them away without them detonating, which in my opinion is a very intelligent design. And the Ultramarines helmets, there's plenty of areas where the bolter round would get trapped and then detonate. And no nuclear launches today. Okay. Only dying there. Get away from me, Nurgle. Doggone it. I hate it when Nurgle's around. He sucks. But yes, this has been some of the things I've been, tinkering with. I've been having a lot of fun messing around with them. I intend to definitely do more in the future. And I am eagerly awaiting this weekend, where I'm going to be going and picking up my box of Primaris Space Marines. And then on Saturday, I'm going to begin constructing them. And I'm going to be handing the Plague Marines over to XL Pudding so he can begin constructing those. And hopefully by the following weekend, we can actually start playing. We'll see. I don't know. It's all kind of just up in the air. But options, options, options. Doggone it, Nurgle. Leave me alone. Anyways, if I don't die here from Nurgle crap, feedback is appreciated. I mean, honestly, on the Ultramarine Captain, do you have any suggestions? Do you think an Ultramarine Captain would be better with a jump pack? If I do put one on, I'm definitely going to magnetize it so he can come in just regular. I found out that you can't have a Relic Blade with a Storm Shield, which makes me really sad, because honestly, that's an awesome concept. So, yes, the sadness is strong. But still, I think it's an overpowered concept to have an Ultramarine Captain with a 3+ invulnerable save with the 8th edition has made combi weapons very powerful. So now he has strapped to his leg a combi grav weapon, not only a range of 18 inches, but still a potent weapon. And then he's got his power sword, which I believe is going to have Rending 3 in 8th edition. XL Pudding and I are actually playing a game right now of 8th edition. And I still passionately hate the assault phase. But the rest of the changed rules are so good that I love it. I love 8th edition. The ruined chess-like assault phase can't kill 8th for me. I love everything about it so much. They did streamline the game a lot, trying to make it easier to play, but a lot of what they did also made the game a little bit more complex in ways that made a lot of sense. So I am a huge fan of 8th edition right now. I'm sold on it hard. So, and I intend to play more of it. And while I still believe that the initiative system was the superior one and just needed some heavy tweaking, I may make a video on my ideas for that tweaking, because I actually created an entire system around it. I can live with Age of Sigmar's way of doing it, even though I find it inferior. But, everybody's opinion. Just be friendly about it. Don't chew anybody's head off. Unless you're Khorne. If you're Khorne, then, well, I guess it's part of your job description to go try to chew people's head offs. Skulls for the skull throw. Well, in any case, feedback is appreciated. Comment section below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you dislike this video, please tell me why. And if you're new to the channel and genuinely enjoyed this content, please consider subscribing. And in any case, don't y'all get into too much trouble or do. It's always up to you. Toodles.